Hello, 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 and welcome to this week's episode of the Digital Pollution Podcast. You have myself and, of course, my co-host Cub.
Yes, Final Destination Cup
Oh,
this time.
Final Destination Cub, is it?
Yeah, I was too lazy to put the new title in.
Well, it's all good. It's all swings and roundabouts, as we say.
Yeah. And also, it's just part one anyway. There's second part next week.
Ah, yeah. Well, I thought so, yeah, because you didn't cover all the movies, did you?
Yes, because I made a distinction between the first three and the ones after that.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason for that is the first three, they had a DVD release where the DVD had something special on it.
Oh, on the extra features.
Yes, on the extra features. But after that, the other ones kind of the only special with them was this, that they were in 3D.
Ah, right.
And they didn't pay attention so much for the release DVD release itself or whatever. Were nothing special, I think. And also, I didn't watch them on DVD back then. The other ones.
What did you watch it on, Cub? Super 8?
No, I watched them on the high seas, I guess.
Ah, well, the only way to
No,
watch it. The only way to watch a film.
no, but the other, I have them all. No, I think I watched them also on DVD because I have them. I have all 5 DVDs in my collection.
I know I've got a few of the DVDs, but I can't remember how many. They're in one of the wallets somewhere, and I can't remember how many I've got on DVD. Maybe,
Yeah, but
maybe 5 of them. I think maybe. I don't
I'm
know.
sure that part 4 and 5 didn't have anything worth mentioning on the DVD. They're just the movies, I think. So that's why I made this distinction between the first 3 and kind of all the other ones, because I had the feeling that after part 3 it was kind of just making the same movie
Indeed, yeah,
and that's it.
yeah. It's rinse and repeat, isn't it, with those movies?
Yeah, yeah. Because even part 3, the part 3 is already the same movie as part 2, but it had this feature on the DVD. At least it had this interesting feature where you can choose their fate,
Yeah, yeah,
uh, which is kind of a cool thing. Really, it's
yeah,
really kind of cool, and you can really change their fate when you
yeah.
use that tool. It's not just a gimmick.
I miss
You
DVDs when
can,
they had loads of cool things. I miss them days.
yeah, and also the death clock is so cool. I think it's the coolest extra I've ever discovered on a DVD, and it was even one of the first DVDs I had ever.
Yeah,
Movies from 2000, if you can remember. So it
I
was
know. Yeah,
really one
I
of the
can't believe that.
very
I
first.
can't believe that movie's 25 years old already. Fucking hell. How time flies when you can't remember.
Yeah, 25 years. Oh my God, it's so long ago.
But it doesn't seem that long ago, though, does it? Is what I'm saying.
No, no, it doesn't seem that long ago, but in fact, it is a lifetime because here in Germany, it's a life sentence, 25 years.
Ah, same in England,
So,
yeah. Life sentence is
yeah,
25 years if you go to prison, yes.
yeah, so you can really say it's a lifetime ago.
Indeed, yeah. In prison terms, yes, definitely.
Yes, and I think after 25 years, when you didn't have sex, you become a maiden again or not?
A virgin, do you mean?
A virgin. Yes, a virgin. Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
You can officially become a virgin again, saying, yeah, a lifetime without sex. So,
Oh, well. It's all good when you're younger. Fucking hell. Aye. Jesus, 25 years ago. I did recently rewatch the first one. I was planning on trying to rewatch them all, like I said, I think last week. But I managed to watch the first one anyway. I haven't had really a lot of time this week to do anything because my mum hasn't been well, so.
oh, okay.
Yeah, it's alright. Nothing serious, you know. She's just a little bit under the weather, a little bit depressed and what have you. Because she can't get
Yeah,
out
it's the
and
same.
stuff and walk around and, you know. And with the sun
It's
blazing outside, I suppose it gets to her that she can't move around.
Yeah, it's the same with my mom today. She was also under the weather and kind of cranky and not in a good mood at all.
Yeah, that's mothers for you, cub. Indeed it is. Hey,
Yes, and also we
Mohammed.
have
Hello, sir.
yeah, we
And
have
Adam.
Mohammed here. So yeah, Final Destination. I don't know. Have you seen all the movies?
Yeah, but not for a long time. Well, I haven't seen the new
So
one, the latest one.
yeah, okay. What is with the first ones here? The part two, for example. Did you like that back then?
I honestly can't remember. The only thing I can remember is the log thing on the highway. That's the only thing I can really
Yes.
remember.
Yeah, that is part two, and I think it's one of the most iconic scenes from the whole series, or not?
Well, probably,
This
yeah,
log
because it's the
sequence.
only scene I can remember, so yeah, I'd say yes.
Yeah, and also I I kind of like part two a little bit more than part one when I have to rewatch them because it just has a faster pace. It's not so TV like made. It's much more cinematic. Uh, part two. It has more interesting death scenes, and it has not so much of the mystery from part one. Because part one had really much TV qualities, or don't you think so?
Not really, but you know,
No, I mean between the action set pieces, and there were between that it had really typical TV scenes, like the interrogation scenes with the FBI agents and so on, and then the whole thing with that everybody was hating on the guy that saved their life didn't make any sense
well,
because why why did they all hate him? He saved their lives, and they pretended like he was fault. It was his fault that these things happened, or what?
uh, I don't know, dude.
No, and also the ending from part one was didn't also make any sense at all.
Well, it's just that death caught up with them, and they didn't really outfox death, did they?
Yeah, but is it believable that they would ever in their life go again with on a plane, and also on a plane to France?
Well, I certainly wouldn't, but you know, a movie's got a movie.
Yeah, really, that didn't make any sense for me. And also, uh, why should they go all three on a trip because the girl and our main character were together. But when you are together, you don't take a third person with you when you go on a romantic trip to France, or not.
Well, I think it was just that they were all going to go anyway, so, you know, and the remaining survivors went.
Yeah, yes, yeah, okay, but you don't you go with your girlfriend, or if a friend joins you, then he joins you with his girlfriend or not.
Well, not necessarily.
Uh, this this trip, these three persons. Here, there is a speaking here in Germany that three are one too much, or
Yeah, yeah.
the
Yeah.
third.
Yeah, the
The
saying is, Cub, two's company, three is a crowd.
Yeah, uh, 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 so this didn't for me didn't make any sense that this three together go on a plane. Why? Just because they are so good friends? But they couldn't. Here, the guy couldn't stand the other guy the whole time.
Oh.
Yeah, he was even threatening his life and things like that.
Yeah, well,
So
you know.
I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, as I said, but in part two you don't have that. It's part two is kind of goes directly into the action and stays there. This is what I really like, and the death scenes in part two are really they're really creative. I especially like the one with the explosion where the fence goes off and this guy gets made up in slices where from the fence, not from the explosion or whatever. It's very very cool, and
Yeah, isn't in the end of the first one? Isn't it the windmill from the Moulin Rouge, which fucking drops on the guy at the very end? I think, if I remember right. I only watched it the other fucking
yeah.
a few days ago, and I can't remember.
Yes, kind of like that. Yeah, but it was clearly it didn't make any sense. It was just there to for the effect,
Well,
I guess. A
well, you
shocking
know,
ending.
it's just that
No, because
they didn't outwit death like they thought they did. That was the ending. Death still followed them.
no, but they did in the original ending. But screenings were not good because in the original ending, our main character dies. He dies by when he saves his girlfriend. Because in the original version, she's really his girlfriend and she's pregnant from him.
Ah, well, sequel baiting.
And this ending, they shot this ending. It's an alternate ending on the DVD. I just didn't bring it up in the review because I'm not a fan of these what if scenario things. I didn't want to confuse the audience because on every of these DVDs there are these alternate scenes and alternate endings and so on. And I had already a segment with these alternate scenes in the review for the third movie. So and also I like the new ending more than the original one. The one that they reshot that they showed in the cinema.
Yeah, well, you know.
Even if the original one makes more sense. Yeah, but it's boring. But it was kind of
Well,
boring.
it closes yourself off from any sequel, though, doesn't it?
Not really, because he is dead in the sequel anyway.
Oh shit! Yeah, of course he is. Fucking hell, yeah.
And also, it kind of would make sense that the girl here, his girlfriend, is in the sequel because she survived the last. He was the only survivor of the last one. And also, but this pregnant plot they kind of tried to use in the sequel. Wanted to stop death by creating new life, a new unplanned life.
Yeah. Well,
So maybe that's the reason why they thought, now let cut it, edit it out completely with the
pardon me.
pregnancy plot.
I don't know.
Yeah, but there's not really much logic behind these Final Destination movies anyway. They kind of make the rules up as they go along.
Yeah, well, that's the case of most movies, sequel after sequel.
Yeah, it's funny when they tried in the third one to completely rip off The Omen. That
Yeah.
was
That was the bit in your
the
video that
photos.
made me laugh. I guess she's also seen The Omen. That
Yeah,
actually
she's
made me
seen the
laugh, that
old
did.
and she remembered. Oh, there's this old movie where the pictures had a meaning, and where also the pictures didn't make shit to the plot, like like in Final Destination, because they know about the pictures, but they can't read into them. They can't. They really can't see how people die eh, by watching or by looking at the pictures. But it's exactly like in The Omen, because in The Omen they also have the pictures, but they don't really know how they're going to die.
Well, apart from Patrick Troughton's character, because you see that line through the photograph, don't you? In The Omen.
Yeah, but yes, he sees the line through the photograph, but still he doesn't know that a glass plate is going to cut off his head.
Uh, no,
He's
that's
still
David. I'm
surprised.
on about Patrick Troughton's character, not David Warner's character. David Warner's the one who gets decapitated.
Yeah, David Warner. And what was with Troughton? How did
Yeah,
he die?
Troughton's character. He had that fucking thing fall off whatever it was and went straight through him, like the line in the photograph.
But as I said, he there was a line in the photograph, but he still didn't know that was supposed to be this thing on his church.
Well, yeah. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. So and also but this is. Can you remember where they also ripped off another third part that ripped off The Omen? Can you remember? Amityville 3? Amityville 3D?
Yes, I saw that in the cinema.
Yeah, and they had also the photos that revealed the upcoming death. The photographs. Or, or can't you remember the plot anymore?
Oh God, no. I haven't seen the Omen sequels for ages.
Hey, so no, I don't mean The Omen. Amityville.
Oh,
Amityville
Amityville.
3D.
No, I
Yeah.
haven't watched them for a long time either.
Yeah, and they in Amityville 3 they have also the plot line with the photographs that show that give a hint on how they are supposed to die, the people.
No, I can't remember, dude.
Like, yeah, so maybe so you have just to have to trust me. Hey, you can trust me. I'm German.
Indeed.
Yeah, it's
Fuck's
okay.
sake, stupid keyboard. There we go.
No, but this photograph thing is really I probably I should make sometimes a video with all the movies that rip off The Omen with the photograph thingy.
Yeah. Be a good idea.
Yeah,
Why not?
that would, that would be fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Every movie that ripped off The Omen or something. Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
It'll make a nice
No.
change.
No. I mean, just this special idea with
Yeah,
the
yeah. I
photograph.
understand what you're
Because,
saying, but that's what I meant,
it's
Cub. Yeah.
really, yeah, because the movies that ripped off The Omen, there are so many,
Yeah,
because there were also
I did.
so many
I
other
should have
things.
actually,
Yeah,
yeah, pinpointed. I
yeah,
meant that gimmick. Yeah.
yeah, because there's just too much.
Yeah, because fuck me. How many devil
Yeah,
children can you have in a fucking. Yeah.
yeah, and yeah, I'm working actually on a project also with a picture, but not that doesn't reveal. Oh, it also kind of reveals the future. Oh, no, it more reveals the presence. It's the picture of Dorian Gray.
Yes.
So,
Great little movie.
yes, and no, because
Oh, fuck
as
no.
I as as I said, it doesn't stay so close to the book as I would like to, and some of the changes are just unnecessary. There's no explanation for them. So there is a silent movie one from 1915 that stays closer to the source material than the other ones for some reason, and I have also no explanation for that. What that can be.
I don't know.
But as I said, I'm in the middle of the review. I still working on it, and kind of took today free because I hadn't. I was just lazy.
Mohammed just made me laugh in the chat. That's funny.
Yeah.
He's not fucking wrong, though, is he? Fucking hell.
I guess not. I guess not.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah. So I would say, could you watch anything from the new movies? Kind of.
No, I haven't had a chance to watch anything, Cub.
Have you seen No Other Land?
No, I haven't had time at all this week. But it is
Okay.
definitely on my to watch list because I really want to see that documentary.
Yeah. So I think last time I already talked about Lilo and Stitch, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, you were talking about it last week, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care about that
And
anyway. I've got no intention of seeing the live action remake. I couldn't give a fuck.
yeah, it has also some changes that are not really
Y-
necessary.
Yeah, I know. I just don't care about these live action remakes.
Yeah, and
I saw the Jungle Book and that was enough for me. That'll do.
could you watch Rick and Morty?
No,
The second episode?
I've stopped watching that, dude. I don't care about that fucking show.
Didn't you tell me about it? That it started again?
Yeah, yeah. But I don't watch it. I
Yeah.
just archive it.
Oh, okay.
I don't
Yeah, I watched the first two.
because I don't give a shit about that show anymore. I haven't done for a while.
Yeah, I watched the first two episodes of the new season, and they're not too bad. They're okay, kind of. It's they're not nothing special, but they're also not completely awful or something like that. They're just, well, they're there.
Yeah. I might watch it if there's absolutely nothing else to watch, but, you know, I'll always find something over a show that I don't care about anymore. I mean, to me, Rick and Morty lost its charm after about season 3, so I haven't really cared after that.
Yeah, for me, after season 4, I think then it was over for me. Uh, and yeah, I have also seen the Halloween special from The Simpsons.
Oh, Jesus
I
Christ.
think,
I haven't watched The Simpsons for fucking... Jesus Christ. Probably 20 years was the last time I watched The Simpsons.
no, me too. I have also didn't watch it for years. I just watched the Halloween specials because I archived them.
Mm-hmm.
Because I started with that many years ago, and when I stopped watching The Simpsons, I still watched just the Halloween episodes, and, uh, and just collected them. And also sometimes I need them for my reviews, so it kind of makes sense to collect them because most of them are about movies. And so sometimes they rip off a movie that I make a review on, and so I can use them if I want to
Indeed.
and mention that. Like the Westworld one a few years ago.
Yes, indeed we do, Adam. We just generally watch a bit of Doctor Who on Sunday nights, don't we? Yes.
Oh yeah, and how did you like the final
Oh, fuck.
Doctor Who episode?
Jesus, fuck's sake. What a load of fucking bollocks. Jesus Christ.
Oh,
I just,
hey, and did you see Omega came back?
that wasn't Omega.
I know.
Well, you don't know because you haven't seen the 2 stories with Omega in, have you?
I haven't seen the 2 stories yet, but I have seen pictures from Omega from the original one.
Yeah, he was originally
So
in. Hang on, give me a minute, give me a second. Let me think. The Three Doctors was the first Omega story, and what was the other one? Oh fucking hell! Oh fuck! Because the other one's a lot later. Arc of Infinity, I think.
Oh,
I
okay.
could be wrong on that. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, did you get that the storyline with the child out of nowhere reminded me kind of Wonder Vision?
Yeah, the
With the
the
image,
previous week was more WandaVision.
oh yeah, but this also the last one also because it was all about the child, the imaginary child, and in Wonder Vision it's all about the
Yeah,
imaginary child.
Poppy the fucking space baby. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, and also in Doctor Strange, Mom here, it was also about the imaginary children. So yeah,
Yeah, this. I hate what's happened to Doctor Who. I really do. It's a program I
oh, but
grew up with from a small child, and
wait a second. Are you a misogynist who doesn't like women as the Doctor,
no.
like we saw with the last regeneration into Billie Piper?
Well, right. Let me stop you there. And I'm telling you now, she isn't going to be the next Doctor. That's just a bait and switch. She ain't
Wait
going.
a second.
She ain't going to be the next Doctor.
Hey, we have seen it clearly in the regeneration.
Yes, but there's you can remember New Who more than I can because it's instantly forgettable. All that shit is. But fucking, wasn't there an episode where Billie Piper looked into the fucking TARDIS and it took some of her energy and she took some of its energy? That's all this is.
Yes.
It's a bait and switch, dude. She ain't going to be the Doctor, and I'll tell you that now. Mind you saying
Yes,
that, though, there isn't going to be any Doctor Who show anyway for at least the next fucking year or two.
Yeah, and also Billie Piper was the woman that were living with the second, with the clone of the Doctor, if you can remember.
Well, I can remember. I can remember Rose, but that's about it.
Yeah, but Rose left the show back then on a planet together with the Doctor she was in love with, but it was just a clone of the Doctor.
I honestly can't remember, dude. I don't
Yeah,
re-watch New Who because to me it has no rewatchability. It's just rubbish. All of it
I
from
didn't.
2005
I
onwards, all of it is just garbage as far as I'm
Yeah,
concerned.
I also didn't rewatch it. Just can remember it. That's and as I said, Rose back then she left the show with the scene where because she was in love with the Doctor, and for some reasons there were two doctors, a clone of him or something like that,
Well, didn't
and
they do that recently in a bi-generation, made-up bullshit bi-generation thing? Where David Tennant came
no,
back or something?
it was David Tennant, yes, but in this case it was a clone of him for because of this episode, and this clone was not. It was a human clone. It was not a Time Lord,
Well, I'll
and
just have
so
to
she
take
could.
your word for it, dude, because there's no way I'm going back and rewatching that shite.
No, yeah, you can believe me.
Yeah, I do, sir.
It
I
was
totally
really,
believe you.
yeah, yeah, and so I'm kind of wondering because in the show she also came back a few seasons later, uh, uh, and there were no mentioning anymore of this clone doctor she was supposed to be with.
Ah, well, nobody can keep the fucking story straight anyway. I'll be back in a moment.
Yeah, yeah, and now she appeared in the last episode, and of course the reason for that is because she also appeared in the first episode, and also the first episode is called Rose, by the way. So uh, they ended the New Who era. They started it with Rose and ended it with Rose, and that's why she appeared there. I guess, even if it didn't make any sense whatsoever. And yeah, also his regeneration in space near this star, which is the Star of Bethlehem, by the way, which everybody in his review forgets to mention. It is the one that was created in the episode Joy to the World. And that's also the reason why he is constantly saying joy in his last minutes. Because joy, that's the star that was created in this hotel episode, in this time hotel
Pardon me.
episode.
I can't remember
Yes.
fucking. What? What's that? Sorry?
So in the end, he regenerates in space near this star of Bethlehem,
In what episode?
which was in the last final episode when he regenerates in space.
Yeah, standing in the
And
TARDIS doors, yeah.
yeah, and he's constantly saying joy, joy, whatsoever. And can you remember there was an episode from You Who?
No.
I
I'll
mean,
tell you the answer to that, no.
I mean from Black Doctor Who was an episode. I think it's season 1.
Ah,
Which was
see, I
called,
only watched the first two. I didn't watch
yeah,
any more after that.
there was an episode in season 1 which was called Joy to the World, where
I'm aware of it, but I haven't seen it.
yeah, where this fat woman turns into the Star of Bethlehem, which leads the way for the
Yeah, yeah.
to
I'm familiar with the Bible. Yes.
yeah, to find Brian.
To find Brian. Yeah. See, I'll go with that.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be so cool if they went really, if they go this road. I would really say, okay, let's then go all the way. Then let them find Brian and go directly into Life of Brian or something like that. Would have made sense.
Well,
But
it certainly would have been more interesting.
and the funny thing is, interesting thing, all the reviews on this last episode, they all forget that, seem to forget that the reason why he is constantly saying joy is because that's the name of the star, the Star of Bethlehem. It was uh, um, established in Joy to the World. Yeah. And yeah, but it was so bad.
Yeah, because Joy to the World was the Christmas special, I think, wasn't it? One of them.
Yes, yes, the Christmas special. Yes, that's. I thought it was in season one, but yeah, it was between season one and two.
Yeah, I'm aware of its existence, but I didn't watch it.
Yeah, and it was really really bad.
Oh. All knew who's bad to me. Apart from, I liked it when it first came back with Eccleston. I thought that was okay. And then David Tennant was sort of okay, I guess. But I was getting a bit bored of New Who and its structure. And by the time Matt Smith come, I just couldn't care. Because Matt Smith turned the Doctor into a fucking clown.
You mean he turned him more into a clown than Judy Gatwa?
Dude, Matt Smith was fucking terrible as the Doctor. Awful.
Yeah, but here this the female doctor that walks like a duck, and this new Gatwa one was even worse, or not?
Well, Jodie Whittaker was just doing a David Tennant impersonation. That's all she was doing.
Hey, she.
And,
Hey, she
and besides
appeared in
that, there shouldn't have ever been a female Doctor. Not because I'm against it, but the thing is, the Doctor was established as a male fucking Gallifreyan. Male. So, you know,
Yes, I
how can you
know.
suddenly change into a woman?
Yeah, and also Judy appeared in the not in the last episode, in the second last episode, if you can remember.
No, I can't.
Yeah, but you have Judy appeared there when he is, and also he goes to the list of the doctors and then saying, "Oh yeah, but I'm the best," and then she comes in. Hey, you mean the best male
Oh,
doctor?
shit, yeah. I remember now, yeah. Fucking hell, see.
It's
Strangely
so
enough, though,
funny.
she was the only good bit in the episode. That's how bad
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah, but it was so embarrassing how she looks in her Doctor Who outfit, and also she still walks like a duck, so she comes trampling in, kind of, and I thought, oh my god, this is pure satire, and then they tell each other how awesome they are.
Well, you know, that's because we live in the age we live in now, where everybody needs a pat on the back.
And
And everybody
don't
needs to be
forget-
told how special and wonderful they are. Fuck off.
Yeah. Oh, and also don't forget Rose, the other Rose, the male Rose. Yeah, the one from the Tenant special, also appeared.
Fuck knows, dude. I don't know.
Yeah, the guy that is the daughter of one of his companions, and her name is Rose also, and he's clearly a guy who pretends to be a woman, so a trans person or whatever, and
Fuck
and
knows,
that's
dude.
how he is, and that's why he explains to the doctor that uh, a male perspective can't solve the problem because the problem can be solved by a male and a female perspective
I
in
don't know.
the episode.
I just want to know
Remember.
what happened to fucking Susan. Because in the week before, it's like, oh, no way, Susan's going to be in it. And she wasn't even in that final episode. So that stinks of reshoots.
Yes, and also
And Mal was completely fucking wasted.
yeah, and also they explain that the doctors they can't reproduce because they are sterile.
Yeah,
So
fuck knows.
kind of like gay people can't reproduce, not because they are sterile, but of course because they
Well,
have
yeah.
the same partners, and so the doctors have the same fate like the LGBTQ community.
Ah, well.
What a coincidence!
Well, that's Russell T Davies for you.
Yeah, Russell T Davis.
See,
And
I told you
also-
all he wasn't going to be the saviour. I told you when he was coming back. I said he'll double down and it'll be even worse. And I was right.
Yeah, and also it was interesting how the bad guy in the episode, this blogger, this white blogger guy.
Oh, yeah, the fucking...
whatever.
Whatever his face is. I can't even remember the character's name. I don't care.
Yeah, and his
Not
his
Gavin. No.
utopia, his utopia was the normal family kind of man, woman, child, but he
Conrad. That's the fucking character's
yeah,
name.
but he was not able to see disabled people or gay people or something like that. But if that's the case, and so they didn't exist in his world, and so they were invisible in his world. But if that's the case, how was he able to give the doctor a life? Because the doctor is gay. It's made clear in every episode for 2 seasons.
Indeed.
So shouldn't he be with the disabled people with the fortune that he is invisible to Conrad?
Well, you would have thought so, yeah. But, you know...
Because the other gay people and disabled and whatsoever, and also it's funny that they put them all together, like as being gay is also a disability or whatever.
Oh.
No, but this is not for me. They put them together. I was not the one that said, "Oh, this is all the same."
Yeah, it's
If you are gay, retarded, or disabled, it's all the same. I didn't do that. They did that
Yep.
in the episode.
Well, like I say, that's RTD for you. He's a hack of a fucking writer.
Yeah, and he's a complete racist fuck. Yeah, but whatever. It was really hilarious. I have to say. Didn't imagine it that bad.
No, I'm just pissed off. I'm just pissed off with the whole Susan thing. What was the fucking point of showing her? And you expected her to be the key to something or other in the final episode, and she wasn't even in it. What was the fucking point of showing Susan?
I guess they wanted to do something with her in season 3. I would think that.
Well, we all know season 3 isn't going to happen.
Not soon.
No, it's going
Not
to be
anytime soon.
No, definitely. It's going to be off air for a year or two, I think.
Oh, let's make a decade from that, okay? A decade or 2.
Well, that would be nice, yeah. Then hopefully some good writers and somebody can take over the show who actually understands Doctor Who.
Yeah, let's hope that the BBC till then is gone.
Well,
Went bankrupt.
I just want it go back to visiting alien planets and aliens, men dressed up in rubber costumes. That's what I want.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
I just want it to go back to how it
Normal,
fucking was. Adventures in
normal
time and
entertainment.
space. Not just bullshit.
Yeah, but the same goes also for Star Trek. I would like
Oh,
to have
fuck Star Trek.
old old Star Trek because it was the exact the same concept.
Yeah, well, new
Having
Star Trek's crap anyway, innit? Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, no, but I mean, I really would like to get back to these old formula from the 60s. Also with Star Trek, it would be cool.
What was the fucking...
Just having some adventures in space. That would be
Exactly, yeah.
cool, yeah.
Take it back to where it used to be.
Uh,
Yeah.
and yeah, but
They
now
need to bring back people like Ronald D. Moore and people like that in Star Trek.
yeah, but now both franchises are burned to the ground, and the ashes they're pissed on the ashes, and the corpses are buried in the wrong direction, in the salted earth or whatever. Here, and maybe now they can go back to the roots.
No, it's
Because
like I said a long time ago, Cub. You've got to wait for all this bullshit to blow over. We've still got another 5 years or so of this crap yet, and then once Hollywood moves on to something else, then we'll get good stories again.
don't you think that Starfleet Academy is going to save Star Trek?
No, it's just going to be shit. Who gives a fuck?
But it's a spin-off of Discovery.
Well, there you go.
With the same people involved and the same and partially the same actors.
Well, yeah. So it's going to be shit. So it'll just be another show I won't be watching.
Yeah, that's for sure. Not for a second. It was so funny. I was working on preparing a fifth Star Trek video for all the crap track here from Kurtzman shit and so on.
Uh-huh.
And really, during the preparation of that, I gave up because at the thought that I had to rewatch or watch to the end Discovery and Strange New Worlds and this god awful animated crap, I thought, and also Section 31, I thought, no,
Yeah.
no way.
Why?
I can't do it.
Why put yourself through that shit?
Yes, I can't do it. I really, this is one of the rare occasions where I gave up on a project. I prepared it. I thought, okay, you can do it, but no, I couldn't.
I don't blame you.
Just said,
Life's too short
no,
to be wasted watching fucking garbage on TV.
yeah. Yeah, and so with Star Wars, I'm also not really sure if I can do it. Watching this new crappy series and
Well,
making a review of it, I don't
I
know.
I heard a
What
rumor
next
that
year?
what was that rumor I fucking read? Yeah, because of the success of Andor, I hear that they're going to make a more R-rated Star Wars fucking TV show or film or something. Oh
Oh,
dear.
with this time with more rape in it. Oh,
There was no
no
rape
chance.
in there was no rape in Andor.
No, but this time with real rape scene in it,
Oh,
not just attempted rape.
I don't fucking know, dude. We'll see. I'm not really looking forward to an R-rated Star Wars show or movie. Not really, but depends if it's decently enough written. I won't mind, but I can see people moaning about that already. R-rated Star Wars, how dare you? Blah 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 blah. I can see all the fanboys fucking moaning.
Yeah, but if you want R-rated stuff in space, then you watch Alien. Why does it have to be Star Wars?
Well, yeah, but the Star Wars galaxy's huge. Do you know what I mean? It can be easily done as long as it's well written.
Yes, or watch this Abrams crap.
Oh God, no.
He- It's his wannabe Star Trek, which is kind of like Star Wars.
Yeah, it's all about the action. Yeah, fuck off.
Yeah.
Well, we all know JJ's a fucking hack. Jesus. Spielberg
Yeah.
light.
Yes, and it seems like he didn't make any new movie or project since his stupid Rise of Palpatine.
Well, maybe Hollywood have finally figured out that he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah. Probably he doesn't find anybody who is that stupid to give him a few hundred millions for whatever.
Yeah.
Because his movies always go over budget, with hundreds of millions, and barely make a profit.
You know, maybe Hollywood's waking up to him.
His stupid Force Awakens had costs of $450 million or $440 million.
Well, that's
Such a
debatable.
that's a huge, it's the official budget.
Yeah,
They
that.
corrected it.
Yeah, but you know, I'd be wary of the sources of that information.
It's the official budget when you
Yeah,
look it up.
including advertising, it probably was. Yeah.
No, I'm not so sure about that.
Well, we've already gone over
Because
this ground.
yeah, but normally the advertising they don't include that in the number. When you look up the budget, they
Yeah,
don't
but like I said, when you first
include it.
mentioned this whole bullshit thing, which it's because it's bullshit, it'll make it the most expensive movie ever made, and it just isn't, is it?
Yes, for the time, yeah, for sure.
No, dude,
But
all that's bullshit.
I was surprised myself. But this is the official number when you look it up, and
Yeah,
when you
look
now
it
tell
up
me,
on dodgy websites. Yeah,
dodgy websites like Wikipedia.
or bounding into comics, or fucking any other of these loser fucking websites who just print lies.
No, I mean official. This is the official budget that they corrected.
Yeah, it's corrected. See, it smells of bullshit.
No, because back then they
Jesus.
gave another number, but they corrected the number themselves. They
Oh,
gave
jeez. Who?
out
Who
another
did?
bucket.
Some website made this shit up and everybody ran with it.
But there is an official website for these numbers. It's called The Numbers, or here Mojo Box Office.
Fucking hell, yeah, like that can be trusted. Fucking hell, dude. All these arseholes just make shit up.
Yeah. Oh, okay. No, Jess, I'm wrong. It didn't cost 440 million.
It's not the most expensive movie ever made, is it?
No, of course not, because if they cheated with 200 million on that movie with their numbers, and probably these other movies of them,
Yeah, but they can't. They can't cheat on the numbers because of the shareholders and returns and things like that. It'll be completely illegal to make this shit up.
I don't know because
Yes, I
maybe
do. It'll
that
be
would
illegal, dude. They wouldn't be allowed to do it.
Yeah, but do you really believe that Captain America 4 just cost 180 million?
Judging by the movie, yeah.
You think this is the budget of the movie?
Without advertising, yeah.
180 million. So you say
Because
Captain
even
America-
Marvel Studios and Disney know that they've got to start scaling back. They can't keep spending
No.
150 million, 200 million on a film because you're not going to get the money back.
No. Okay.
So that was the start of the scale down a bit. You know what I mean? Let's try bring things in a little bit cheaper because that's what they need to do.
Oh, then Captain America 4 is probably the the cheapest Marvel movie
Yeah.
that they made
Yeah, I'd say so.
since
Yeah.
Endgame.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. I'd say so.
Oh, okay. So it was cheaper than Thunderbolts.
Well, I don't know.
It came out in the same year.
Yeah, I'll watch that at some point, Thunderbolts, because apparently it isn't too bad. So I'll see. Not that I really give a fuck about these films. I just don't care about these Hollywood blockbuster films. I don't give a fuck about them. Any of them. Just don't care. Hollywood's lost its way. Mind
Yeah.
you, not that it ever did have a right way of doing things. From the dawn of cinema, it's always been about fucking money and bullshit politics and... Oh, God, I hate Hollywood. This is why I watch so many...
Yeah, so,
this is why I watch so many Japanese movies. Fuck Hollywood.
hey, so are you looking forward to the new Fantastic Four movie?
I am, yes. I am, yes. I may even be tempted to avoid... Oh, man, I saw a trailer today. Franklin's gonna be in it. I wasn't aware of
sucks.
that.
Which sucks.
Why does
Because the
it?
stupid robot
No,
isn't the stupid...
not Herbie. Franklin.
Who is Franklin?
Franklin Richards. The
The
baby.
baby?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Fantastic Four didn't start out with the baby.
Yeah, but
Wasn't the baby thing
Yeah, but
much later?
no, I think it was like 70s. Late 70s, early 80s when Franklin came about.
Yeah, but what I can't stand is the stupid robot.
Oh, fuck you. Herbie's cool.
Yeah, sure. Fuck me, Herbie's cool. And what I can remember is, wasn't Herbie the replacement for the Human Torch back
It
then?
was, yes, because the cartoon at the time didn't have the rights for the Human Torch, so they made Herbie up for the cartoon.
So why the fuck should Herbie and the Human Torch be in the same scene?
Oh, Jesus. Because it's just a bit of nostalgia, and plus it's a fucking other dimension, so why not? Anything goes.
Sure. And you don't think that Herbie is too childish, like the stupid dog in Superman, like Crypto?
Fuck you. Crypto's cool. I'm joking. I couldn't give a fuck about Crypto. I do care about
Yeah,
Herbie, though. You know what I mean? I used to love Herbie in that cartoon when I was a kid.
I couldn't stand him back then in the cartoon, and I can't stand him here. So
Nah, fuck that. I think Herbie's a good inclusion in the movie.
no, they should make a movie for themselves, just with Herbie, Crypto, Robin, and all the other things that nobody cares of, and they should call it Supergirl or something like that.
Yeah, but some people do care, Cub. Like me. I care about
Wait a
Herbie.
second. Wait a second. I think Crypto is the dog of Supergirl or not?
No, he's Superman's dog, dude.
Oh, okay.
Not that any of that shit made sense, even back in the fucking 70s. Or 60s, whenever fucking Crypto came into DC. Because, as you know, I'm not up on DC, so I couldn't give you a timeline of Crypto. I've got no idea. Because I was a Marvel guy, never a DC guy, so,
Yeah, but at least they made him a cape for
Yeah.
like a super dog.
Well, he did have a cape. He had a cape in the comics. I can remember that, because
Yeah,
in my
I know.
1979 Superman annual, there's a story with Crypto in, and he had a cape.
Yes, he had a cape that people know that he's a super dog and don't
Indeed.
confuse him with a normal dog.
Well, I don't really give a fuck about that Superman movie, to be fair. I'm more
Yeah,
interested
I
in
either.
Fantastic Four than I am Superman. Because I'm a Marvel guy, not a DC guy, so... And besides that,
Yeah.
I'd like to see... out of curiosity, I'd like to see the Superman movie because, like I've stated many times over the years, Superman has got to be the hardest character to write a story for. Because he's basically a god. So, you know, it's hard to write for a god with all powerful fucking everything. Wow.
Yeah, yeah. You have to use kryptonite and
And,
wizardry.
yeah, and just
Then
putting another villain up against him isn't really good enough. That's what made the Donner films so good. The humanity of Superman. That's why the Donner films were so good.
yeah, yeah. Donner films were really great.
Oh, definitely. You will never beat Superman the movie. That will forever be the best Superman film. Forever.
Yeah.
Nothing will ever beat that.
Yes, because it back then it really reminded me of the comics when I watched it as a kid first time.
Indeed. I can remember seeing it on the cinema. I can remember running out with my coat tied around with the top button round my neck and running down the aisle with my arm outstretched after coming out watching Superman the movie. I can
Yeah.
still remember that.
Yeah, I can remember watching it in secret back then in our second living room in the middle of the night on the Dutch channel on a black and white TV, and it was so awesome. The picture was horrible, but still, it was the only thing we had.
Back then it
And
didn't matter though, did it? You know what I mean? Shit like that didn't matter, did it? Dodgy copies, black and white. It never stopped your enjoyment of a good film.
yeah, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I can remember
I watched
Go on, carry on.
most movies back then in black and white because we only had a black and white TV till mid of the 80s. Watched most of them in black and white, and I still could enjoy them. It was no problem.
Exactly, yeah, definitely. There's something I'm meaning to do at some point, and I haven't got around to doing it yet. Because I was watching some YouTube fucking thing. I can't remember what it was, and he was basically saying that you should watch Jurassic Park, the first and only good one, right? Watch it in black and white. It's like a new fucking movie. So I'm gonna do that at some point.
Yeah, well, I can totally see that that it would work in black and white. Um,
What this guy was saying, it was like it's more like an old monster movie and shit, and you put in the shadows and everything are greater, whereas the colour lets all this shit down. If you watch it in black and white, the images are far superior, apparently. So, and I can
yeah,
see where he's coming from. This is what made me think, I think I might watch Jurassic Park in black and white at some point. But that means going
yes,
into
and
Sony Vegas and turning it black and white and rendering it and fucking hell. Just seems like a bit of a chore.
yeah, and also, hey, maybe you should watch the second part also in black and white. Maybe
No,
it
fuck.
gets better.
No. Jesus Christ, no. I don't give a fuck about any of the sequels. But I am
Hey,
going.
I'm sure that
Actually, I might fucking get around because I really want to watch Jurassic Park in black and white just to see if this guy was right, and I can imagine it. And I think, yeah, this guy's probably got a point. So I'm gonna do it, and I'm going to keep hold of the file and show it on Friday film night.
yeah,
Jurassic Park
but
in black and white.
no, but can't you just turn on your TV the color off? Isn't that easier?
I don't know, dude. I've never even thought about that. I thought about the long way round. I never even thought about a shortcut.
Yeah, yeah.
I just didn't.
turn off the
I
black
just thought
color.
about fucking running it through Vegas and turning it black and white,
Yeah, because
like
back
like
then we
like I
could do
did with that Monsters movie.
Yeah, because it renders forever.
Oh no, not really. Only a few hours.
Yeah, or a few hours, if you mean with 5 hours, a few hours, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that when I rendered the Munsters in black and white, I think it took about 3 hours. I think something like that.
Oh, then you have a faster PC than I have.
Fucking hell, dude. My PC's fucking ancient. I built that fucking thing in about Jesus Christ, 15 fucking
Because
years ago. I think I built that.
because I need the 2.5 times the time of the video for the rendering with my PC. 2.5 times exactly.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. So a 2-hour movie would take 5 hours.
Yeah, maybe. I know it just didn't take that long, but you know I was doing other things while that was doing in the background. So you know,
Yeah, but yeah, probably your one is faster.
dude, my computer. I built that fucking thing 15 years ago. It's fucking ancient now.
Yeah, I only have an 8 core. So and you have probably a faster one,
No,
faster processor.
fucking hell, I can't even remember what it was. It was top of the
And
range
also,
at the time. It was an i7. I can't remember the clock speed.
yeah.
Not without going into it anyway. But I can remember
No,
it
if
at
you
the
have a
time. It was the best processor you could get at that time.
yeah, so if you have an i7, for sure you have a faster one than I have because I have nothing that you can compare to an i5 even.
What? I thought you had an i5 in yours.
No, that's the one that I wanted, but I couldn't afford. And also, I don't have an Intel anyway. I have an AMD.
Oh God!
Yeah,
Oh,
and
AMD
and yeah.
automatic destruction.
So I have an FX 8000 as 8000 so and so 8000
At one time,
300
I would
eight
never trust AMD.
8,300 8,350. That's what my core is called. FX
Yeah, yeah,
8,350.
yeah. That's
And
quad. It's quad core, isn't it? That.
oh, it's just a quad. It's not even an 8 core.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, yeah.
Apparently, though, the new AMD stuff is really good. Whereas at one time, like, I wouldn't touch AMD if they were giving them away. But fucking, apparently, though, the new chips are really good. So I've been told.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure I can't put a faster chip in there because for that I would need a new motherboard
Well,
because
depends.
my
Find out
no my
what's.
motherboard
Yeah, go on, carry
my
on.
motherboard is my motherboard is 3 and this is the fastest one I could put in there in the 3 series.
Ah,
It's
right,
already
I'm with you.
the second processor I put in because I had a slower one before that, and I wanted to go to the limit and put in the faster one the fastest one that I'm able to put in, and this is the fastest one.
Right, yeah.
So
Okay, yeah,
a
yeah.
faster for a faster one, I would need the next one, the four series. This is the 3 series,
Right,
kind of,
I'm with you.
from the motherboard. And maybe there is, in the meantime, there is a 5 series out. I don't know. The 4 one was the one that back then was already out, but I decided I always go one before. I never take the newest thing that they bring out. And so I decided for the motherboard for the 3 series.
Yeah,
Even the 4th series was already out.
I'm thinking about building a new one, but all the parts I've got my eye on, it comes to £3,300.
Yeah.
So you know, and I haven't got that kind of money yet, but you know, it's gonna get built at
Yeah,
some point.
and for sure, I'm not going to build a new one at least for the next 2 years. This one has at least 2 years still to work before
Dude,
I
like
build
I
a new
said,
one.
dude, my computer's nearly 15 years old now when I built that, and it's still fucking pretty good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and mine
Because when I built that, it cost me nearly £3,000 15 years ago.
yeah, and mine is from 2018. So 7 years. So he has at least worked two
Actually,
or three
no.
years.
I can remember updating it. So, no, it would have been. No, it's not that old. It would have been 2014, I think, when I built this one. Yeah, that sounds about right. So, yeah, it's 12 years old. Yeah. It's 11 years old. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been about 2014, yeah, when I think about it now. Yeah. So, yeah, it's 11 years old.
Yeah, so probably when I build my new one, there's already a 5 series or something like that. And that's the one that I'm going to use probably, but I don't know yet. I have no idea. And also, who knows what the future brings?
Indeed. Indeed. We could both die of heart attack tomorrow, Cub.
No, but I'm watching really optimistic into the future since I have discovered this Bitcoin thing.
Oh, shit,
So
yeah.
I'm
Yeah, you're on the Bitcoin
yeah
fucking thing, aren't you? I keep forgetting that.
yeah yeah since January, since end of January. So you can say since February because it took me whole January to get the information that I needed to start that, and
Pardon me.
I'm really not regretting it at all.
Dude, like I said when you started this adventure, why not? Might as well.
Yeah, yeah, and
Like I said to you before, I
I
was going to go into it back in the early days and start mining and all this shit, but it's like, nah, fuck that. But, dude,
yeah because mining is stupid. You
yeah,
you
but
can't
it
make
wasn't at
any
the
money with
beginning, was
mining.
it? Because that's what everybody was doing.
Yeah, when you say in the beginning, yeah, that it was not stupid in the beginning, but it was already stupid after a few years because you need so much power, graphic card power, and things like that, or
Yeah, yeah.
special mining devices, and your chance is less. You can
Yeah, well, I'm,
better
I'm talking
uh,
about the beginning. You know what I mean?
you can better win in the lottery than find a
Oh, I
Bitcoin
know, yeah.
block.
That's why I
Yeah.
didn't do it. Because it's like, fuck this shit. I can't be bothered to burn out my fucking graphics card just for maybe. Do you know what I mean? I don't work
Yeah,
on maybes.
and it makes more sense to invest directly into the Bitcoin instead of waiting that you maybe find some.
Exactly. Well, I mean, them days are long gone now. I think everybody just does invest in it now, I think. I don't think anybody minds anymore for it, do they? I think that's an outdated thing now.
No, they are still mining, but in huge, really big things like, for example, when you have a dam, here a dam with water
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
makes electricity,
Uh huh.
and and you have too much energy from that. That is the kind of mining where 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 you can really where it really makes a profit. But if you're not a state or something like that, or a big
Exactly.
billion
That's
dollar company, then it doesn't make any sense for you to mine. You
yeah.
can
This is
mine,
why
of
I never
course.
did it. I just couldn't be bothered.
No, No, you can of course mine out of ideology, because of just because of it, you can mine, and to stabilize the network itself, because there are many small miners who also they are part of the whole network, and stabilize it,
Indeed, yeah.
decentralize it. So it's good that there are small miners also, and also you can be part of a mining pool, uh, which also makes more sense. But not here in Germany. In Germany, it doesn't make any sense to mine at all because of our stupid laws, and also our energy costs are through
Yeah,
the
yeah.
roof.
Like everywhere, dude.
Here, yeah, but here in Germany, it's really crazy.
It is over here, dude. Fucking is over here, man.
Uh,
And all Western
yeah.
civilization type shit. Energy prices are fucking mental. Anyway, I'll be back in a moment, dude. I'm dying for a pee.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, but as I said, for me, this whole Bitcoin thing is not so much about getting rich or something like that. It's really more about the ideology, philosophy about behind it. I like the idea and the outcome, that it maybe replaces the fiat money system, which sucks. And also, it makes you independent from banks. And this is a very important thing here in Germany, because in Germany, if you are a critic against the government, they delete your bank account, like they did in Canada with the truck drivers. This exact thing happens here every day with people who criticize the government. And I am criticizing the government the whole time, but because I don't have any reach on YouTube and so on, I'm still safe. But if I ever get any reach, then they are going deleting my bank account. Even if it's illegal, they don't care. The government says, oh no, we didn't tell them to do that, even if you are criticizing us, and that's the reason why they deleted your bank account. And yeah, so these are Nazi methods here in Germany
Oh,
again.
well, it doesn't matter. America have fucking elected a dictator, so, that's the way the world is
No,
nowadays.
no, I'm talking about why I'm what this Bitcoin thing means to me. It's not to become rich or something like that.
Well, it's
This is
just for
just a
fun,
side.
isn't it? Yeah.
This is no. This becoming rich is just a side effect, what I don't care for.
Don't worry,
I
you
care.
won't become rich, Cub, so you've got no danger of that.
No, I care more about my independence from banks.
Yeah, but that shit'll never happen in our lifetime either.
Uh, but it already had happened.
Not really.
If the bank deletes my bank account
Well,
tomorrow,
the thing is, though, if you want to call it the elite, if you believe all the conspiracy theory crackpot shit, that they want all the banks gone by 2030, which I can sort of see what's happening. Because my bank and various other people I know with other banks, the interest rate has been lowered and lowered and lowered, whilst these online banks are offering high interest rates and higher and higher and higher. So that tells me that, like every good conspiracy theory, there's a grain of truth. So,
yes, the thing is, if my bank account gets deleted tomorrow, thanks to Bitcoin, I'm not going to lose my my home place. At least not for a few months. But
wow.
every month, but every month I have more of, not Bitcoin, Satoshis they're called, because it's
Yeah,
100
they
million.
they like the fragments, aren't they? So to speak.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have more fragments, but also because it's constantly going up, I have I have more fiat money if I change it back, and I'm so kind of every month I can I or every 2 months I have another month more time
Yeah.
when they delete my bank account that I'm not going directly to lose my living space. And that's the thing why I'm doing it. I'm not doing it to get rich or something like that. I'm doing it because it would be the only money that I have when they delete my bank account.
Yeah, but you, you'll all this shit will be after long after we're dead.
No, they delete bank accounts from critics here in Germany.
Yes, and I looked into all that shit. It's very rare it happens, and on the odd occasion that it has happened, like fucking, I can remember reading that 4 of them got it all back anyway. I can't remember the name. Actually, I think the 4 who got it back were very rich to begin with. So, the rich look after themselves, I guess.
Yes, but it's really a problem here, and
Yeah, but it's a last resort thing in Germany. It's not like they're going around doing it to everybody. And they only do it in extreme
uh,
cases.
yes, I don't care what you think about that.
No, it's
This is
because
my
I read it.
life,
Yeah, and I read into it. It's very rare that
and
the
I
German
and
police and authorities, governments, or whatever actually do this. It's very rare.
oh really, and it's very rare that they give you a visitor at 6 o'clock in the morning.
No, that shit's true.
Yeah,
Because
whatever.
I saw this video by this
Yeah,
German guy who filmed it all. It was fucking hilarious.
yeah, Jess. As I said, this is the main reason I'm doing that
4 o'clock
because
in the
I'm not.
fucking morning, they woke this guy up out of his
I,
fucking house.
I, I'm not going to risk that for some reasons, and also the banks sometimes are just assholes
What do
for
you
no
mean?
reason.
What do you mean? Sometimes the banks are always
And
assholes, aren't they?
and to be dependent on them is just the thing that doesn't let me sleep. I sleep much better when I know that I'm not dependent on them.
Well, if the conspiracy theory nutcases are all right, we won't have any banks in 5 years anyway.
Yeah, nobody would miss them, but I hope so that they are gone in 5 or 10 years.
Yeah,
Because
but
banks are
they're just replaced by a million other online banks, just not the reputable ones anymore because they want them gone. Like the big bank
maybe
chains, if you want to call it that.
yeah, but yeah, or then maybe they are replaced by Bitcoin.
Maybe, dude. Maybe.
And
The
which
future
would
is
mean
uncertain.
that yes, which would mean that everybody is his own bank.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, it's nice in
And that
theory,
would be
and it could
and
be
that
possible.
would be yeah, and that would be real independence for the people. Real
Well, yeah,
free money.
because the wealthy elite want to get rid of the banks. That's a no-brainer.
Yeah, sure. As I said, I want to get rid of them too, and I'm working on that to get rid of them because the only thing that I am waiting for is that Bitcoin becomes official money, that you can pay with it something like rent or
Yeah,
go to
yeah.
the supermarket, things
More
like that.
more widely spread than it is now. Yeah.
Yeah, and if that's happened,
Well, just
then
look in the past 5 years, Cub. More people are accepting Bitcoin as a transaction in the past 5 years than nobody was 5 years before that.
yeah, I know, and this is great, and this is really, and if when this day comes, I would be the first one to only pay everything in Bitcoin and never use this fiat abomination ever again.
Oh.
Uh,
I'll be long dead before all this shit happens anyway, so I don't care.
no, no. And so for this case, it is good if you already have some and are not have not have to change
Yeah, yeah.
for the course in, let's say, in 5 or 10 years, when you have to change your normal money into Bitcoin anyway, because it's the only thing you can buy and sell. So yeah, so it's clever to have some already.
Well, yeah. Well, you know they're trying for a cashless society anyway, aren't they? They're trying to. The wealthy elites are trying to get rid of money anyway. So inevitably,
Yeah.
it's all going to be digital currency. Inevitably, at some point.
Okay, but digital currency is not the same as Bitcoin,
Yeah, I know it
because
isn't. I'm just saying
yeah,
for comparison's sake,
yeah,
because
yeah,
eventually
because
cash is going to go
they want,
away.
yeah, they want central digital currency and central bank digital currency, and this is of course a bad thing.
Well,
And
that's what's going to happen first.
I'm not so sure about that.
Dude,
I have,
just turn on the TV and look at the way the world is right now. That is definitely going to happen.
yeah, and if that happens, it's again something like Bitcoin is going to be the only thing that you have control over,
Yeah,
the only money.
it'll be stable. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, uh, and um, and also it would be worth more than the central bank currency, because the central bank currencies, they can make them as they want to, as much as they want to, where the Bitcoin will still be just 21 million, and of course every one of them 100 million satoshis,
Indeed.
and so it will be the only stable thing in the future,
Yeah, well, like
and
I say,
it's going to
I'll
be
be long
more
dead
worth.
before all that. So I don't really care.
No, no, and I think we will see latest next year. We are going to see something big happening with them.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
pretty sure.
because the global elites want the banks gone, don't they, in 5 years? So
I want them gone tomorrow. So
Well, dude, you haven't got long to wait. We will both see in our lifetime the collapse of the banking system. So, it's going to happen. Well, not the collapse of the banking system, the collapse of, like, just banks, chain banks, like, where they've got branches all over the country and shit like that. All that's going to go away. All of that.
yes, but first, the ones are going to go away who didn't invest in Bitcoin or have a Bitcoin reserve, as you call it. And but some banks are already doing that. Even some big ones here, like I don't
Yeah,
know the
but will
bank.
they survive, though? That is the question.
The thing is, this Bitcoin reserve that they are going to have will longer their lifetime. It won't save them, of course,
Oh, no, of course not.
because but they are going to expand the lifetime of their stupid currency, like the dollar or the euro or whatever, for a few years maybe with Bitcoin. But at the end, these currencies are going to disappear anyway.
Yeah, of course they are, yeah. Eventually, long after we're dead, but yeah, definitely. Because they don't
I'm not
want
too
cash,
sure.
they don't want the dollar, they don't want the pound, they don't want the euro.
Mm.
There's too many people in control of all that shit. Why have all
Yeah.
these people in control of the money when you can just have one person in control of all the money?
So, as I said, I can see maybe in 2 years, when I need a new PC or want to build one, maybe the I can afford also one.
Yeah, maybe.
Yes.
Maybe, dude. We don't know what the future
Yeah.
holds.
Yeah.
We'll just have to wait and see, as they say.
Yeah. So, yeah, so much for Bitcoin lessons.
Well, there you go, folks. So now
Yeah.
is the time, dear listeners. Start fucking investing in Bitcoin.
Yeah, yeah,
Because the banks have got an uncertain future.
yeah. The time when it's still around 100,000 dollars. Yeah, I hope that it stays a while around these 100,000,
Oh,
at
yeah,
least
it,
a few
it will
months.
do until it becomes the norm, and then, like all currency, it'll drop.
No, it's going to go up to the skies.
Well,
Latest, latest next
for now.
year, I see the Bitcoin. I would say 150,000 or 200,000. Latest in at the end of the year.
Yeah, but that's short term. I'm talking long term. When everybody's all clued into it, then the value will drop.
Yeah, when everybody's clued into it, then it's going to get on 10 million per Bitcoin. Because when everybody's clued into it, everybody wants it. But because it's a resource that there's just 21 million of
Yeah,
them
yeah.
there.
It's a finite number which you cannot go past. Yeah, I understand.
Yes. So when everybody goes into it, the price is going to go to the skies.
Yeah, on the short term. It'll still be
Why
It'll
should it?
still be worth investing though, all the same.
No, why should it be just on the short term?
Because when
I
everybody's
don't
doing it,
understand.
it'll go lower. That's just economics.
No, economics. When you have just 10 pieces from something, and everybody wants a piece, why should the price get lower?
Because the more people
In
who have
fact,
it,
yes. No, wait a second. In fact, everybody who wants it, and if everybody wants it, then he has to pay more for it that he can get it.
yeah,
So you
that will
can't.
definitely happen. Yeah,
Yeah, and this is going to stay that way because compared to every other resource, this is one where you can't get more of it, make more of it, because
exactly.
it's
Yeah.
limited to 21 million.
Yes, but the more people who have a slice of that pie, it will become worth less. Not worthless, worth less. If you understand what I mean.
No, it's exactly the opposite.
No, I don't think it'll work that way.
Really? So, okay, let's say everybody wants Bitcoin, but there's just this amount there.
Yes, I know. I understand what you're saying. But
But you say
when everybody's got a slice of that, what,
yes,
21 whatever,
1 million,
yeah,
21 million.
when everybody's got a
Yeah.
slice of that, it will eventually drop because people aren't.
No,
There's more people. How
then
can I explain this?
no, then everybody has a no, then everybody has a slice of it. But why should it drop? Because if you want a bigger slice than the slice that you already have, you have to pay for it or not.
Well, yeah, of course you do. Yeah, like with anything, like with any investment. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So the price is going up because when everybody has just a little slice and but he wants more, or he has to pay more because there is just this amount there.
Yeah, but with like everything, with stocks, it'll reach a ceiling amount, and then it'll drop from that point onwards.
Okay, so you have a comic book that has just 100 comic books from Wonder Man 10 or whatever. There are just 100 of them there for some reason.
Yeah.
Now everybody wants this Wonder Man comic book.
Mm-hmm.
And now you say when these 100 Wonder Men are sold, then for some reason the price is going down for it?
Yeah, it will.
Why?
Because
But still
hang
everybody
on,
wants it.
using the same comic analogy, certain key issues and rare items in the comic book world have dropped in value over the years. Because all these fucking pretend geeks and nerds have got into comic books in the past 10 years. So now, those books which were worth a lot of money, right now, aren't worth as much as they were 10 years ago.
Yeah, but those books, they are not as limited as Bitcoin.
No, but what I'm saying though, even the pricey fucking, I don't know, Journey into Mystery, First Thor or whatever, they are slowly decreasing in value, even though there is only a certain amount of them left.
But I really don't understand your logic when you say when everybody wants something that is rare, the price goes down. When everybody, because not everybody is going to get Bitcoin. They are only getting Satoshis anyway.
Yeah, the bits.
And when
Yeah.
the bits. So why the hell should the price go down?
Well,
It
I'm just
mean
using the
that-
comic analogy what you used.
Yeah, no, just it would just mean that some people, let's talk about 8 billion people on the planet. Everybody wants Bitcoin, but of course he just can get Satoshis, the 100 millionth part of a Bitcoin, because
Right,
we have
yeah.
only 21 million Bitcoin. That means that everybody is just able to get a few Satoshis,
Yeah.
maybe 100 or 1,000, which is kind of like cents.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now they're going to trade with that because it's the only real money. So why the hell should the price go down? In fact, the price is going to stabilize because of that. Because we would have something like after World War II, when we had inflation and we had a new currency, the Deutsche Mark. Before that, it was the Reichsmark, if you can remember.
I'm not that up
And
on German
everybody-
currency, but yeah, carry on.
No. Everybody back then got as a present or as a start 50 Deutsche Mark.
Right, yeah.
Everybody got that. So everybody got this 50 mark, and he could buy with that something to eat, or if he would work for somebody, he would pay it from his 50 mark.
Yeah.
But it didn't lead to the fact that because now everybody has kind of this same amount of marks, didn't lead to the fact that the mark went down. The opposite was the case. Thanks to the trade, the mark went up. It was the most stable currency in Europe till they got rid of it, if you can remember.
Well, I don't know what the mark was worth before the euro, dude. I have no idea.
It was so much worth that they got so frightened of it that they said you can just make the unification here with East Germany if you get rid of the mark. And now the mark is just part of the euro, and now it's shit. And because the eurozone is so big and they're printing constantly money, because back then they didn't print just mark when they need it, like in inflation times. It was regulated everything, and that they don't have such a high inflation.
Yeah.
But now with the euro, everybody is they're printing the euro like it's nothing, like in inflation times with the Reichsmark back then.
Well, that's not good economic growth at all, is it? Because eventually
Yeah, but
the euro will become worthless, just like our pound is now.
yeah, and just like the dollar is, because they are doing the same thing with the dollar, as you know. They printed in the last 5 years, they printed more dollar than in all the years before, since the existence.
Well, there we go. See, it'll become worthless.
This means, yes, this means the inflation goes through the roof.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. But as I said, all these things, they are not, with the Bitcoin, they are not. And that's why I really believe in the philosophy of it. Not so much, as I said, that you get rich or something like that. Yes, this is maybe a side effect, which I really don't care at all. It's not about getting rich. It's about not getting poor, not losing.
It's about the stability of the said currency. Yeah.
Yes, the getting rid of inflation, and this is why this biggest strength of this thing. It's inflation proof. You don't have inflation with Bitcoin. You just have inflation with with every other currency, because every other currency is made up as they go along. They just
Indeed,
print
yeah.
it like they need it. And when people don't understand that, and also it doesn't matter if they understand it or not. Bitcoin is going to come anyway.
Oh yeah.
It's
It's
just-
it's inevitable. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and that's also the beauty of this thing. Of course, if you are aware of it and in time start with it in time, you of course have a little what you say in a sprint, when you have a little in a race, when you can start a little bit nearer to the finish line.
Right. Yeah. I'm with you.
Yeah. And that's just that. Why should I start from the normal start point when I can start a little nearer to the finish line? When I know that.
I
That
agree.
comes
Yeah.
this-
I agree totally. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's all. That's all. And people should be aware of that. And also, I'm going to ask you something. If you invest something like 50, 100 euro or whatever in Bitcoin, just for the fun of it,
Yeah.
and just keep it for 10 years or even forever, for the rest of your life, who cares? It's just 50 or 100 euros. What do you have to lose?
Exactly.
Really? I
Nothing.
mean, really.
Nothing.
Yeah. And that's really all what I'm saying. That's all what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm not saying take a loan and risk anything. I'm just saying, get just a few centimeters nearer to the finish line, because these few centimeters maybe turn out in 10 years or in 20 years, could turn out to be a mile.
Exactly. Yeah. I totally agree with you. I understand and agree, because that is the future.
Yeah.
Because
that's all.
currency and cash as we know it will eventually disappear. Not in our lifetime, but it will do. It'll be gone. It'll be a thing of the past.
Yeah, and as I said, but because I believe in the system, really, I believe in it. I'm of course putting a little bit more money into it, but just the money that I can afford. So it's a few
Exactly,
hundred
yeah.
bucks,
You haven't gone beyond your means, you know what I mean? It's only what
which
you
I
can
can't
afford.
do anyway.
No, but
Which I can't
doing
do
what you can
anyway.
afford, there is nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
That nothing wrong
yeah,
with dipping your toe in the water, so to speak. Nothing wrong with that.
yeah. Really, it's a few hundred bucks. I invested last month, and I'm already in the black. By the way,
Cool. There you go, see?
it, yeah. So if I would sell right now, I would have made a few hundred bucks.
There
Yeah,
you go. All the more
which I
reason
will
to
never
just keep it.
which I would never do anyway, because I don't believe in the fiat money money system. I believe in this system as payment. I'm waiting for the moment where I can use them to get my to get my things
Yeah. Well,
without using
it's
stupid
definitely going to
fiat
happen.
money.
Like I say, you know what I mean? If all the banks go within the next 5 years, what's the alternative?
Yeah, but banks are going to adapt to that system. They're already here in Germany, not in Germany, not so much, but in the rest of the planet, they're already doing that.
Well, we'll have to see.
Yeah.
I'm sure there'll be some rich people out there who can manipulate it somehow, but, you know.
Yeah, cool. Sure. It's going to be always a fortune if you are rich. That's but that's how the world works.
Indeed it is. That is the sad truth
So
of the world. You are completely right, Cub. That is the sad truth. Yes.
yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, and just by the way, if you want to send money from one country to another, for example, this is really expensive. Did you know that?
In terms of what? In what way?
In terms of the what you call it, for example, when I want to send 100 euros to a country in Asia,
Right, yeah.
yeah, an Oriental country, for example,
Uh-huh.
then I have to pay 150 euro for that. That I can send. I have to pay 50 euro tax, not tax here, for the service.
Right, yeah. I'm with you. Yeah. Like a service charge. Yeah.
50%, up to 50%.
Oh, that's fucking ridiculous. So,
Yeah, but they can no, they can do that. It's not with every country, but with some countries it is, and they can do that this high rates because you have no other way to
yeah.
send your money.
Exactly,
You
yeah.
can send it, okay. You can put it you can put it in a whatever and send it, but with the postal service. But nobody does that. Who's crazy?
I do. I have a beer. I send you a beer because I can't have a beer with you at Christmas. I still
Yeah,
use
but
the
you don't.
postal service.
Yeah, but you don't do that with thousands of
Well,
users.
I
You would
wouldn't
never.
fucking do it with thousands. And besides that, the post office
Yeah,
wouldn't let you to do it with thousands.
yeah, and but the
And
thing
like you
is,
say, there probably would be a service charge with that amount of money, yeah.
yeah, but the thing is, when you have a Bitcoin wallet and I have a Bitcoin wallet, and it doesn't matter if we are here in Germany and England, or if you are in Australia, or even if you are living on the dark side of the moon, it doesn't matter. You don't have
Well, yeah,
these.
of course it doesn't matter because it's digital.
Yeah, but you don't have. I can send it directly to you. Directly, I can send from my wallet to your wallet.
Yeah,
That's it.
because it's digital. Yeah, there's no middleman.
There is a middleman, and these are the people like miners and so on. They are the the middleman, but the fee for that, what you pay for this payment, is very low. It's kind of like 1% or something like that. But you can also choose it yourself.
Oh,
Because if
really?
you want,
I didn't know that. Really?
yes,
That's
because
interesting.
yes, because this fee, it, people, many people, they don't understand how the systems work. These people who are miners, for example, they also are the people who are working on these transactions,
Right, yeah.
and they can choose. By the way, they get when you get something when you do something and you get something for it. Does you call fee or not?
Yeah, yeah. Like a transaction fee or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. They get a transaction fee, and the thing is, the Bitcoin network. What is so great with it? You can give your transaction into it. For example, I want to send to you 100 satoshis or whatever.
Right, yeah.
Or yeah, I want to send them to you. Now I can say how much I want to pay for that. How much transaction fee I want to pay. 1% or 1.5%. What I want to pay. I can choose myself. Now you give it into the
Right.
network, and now the these people who are mining, and we are not talking about 2 or 10 or 100. We are talking about thousands. Everybody, by the way, everybody can do it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Then they have all these transaction asks, these people that want a transaction, and they can decide which one they work off.
Right, yeah. I'm with you. Yeah, yeah. Well, that seems like utopia. That's it. Yeah, that's
No. The thing is really, when I say I have something really urgent, I want Jess needs money. He needs some satoshis for whatever he needs, but he needs it now in this moment. Then of course I make a higher fee on it, and can be sure that somebody is directly making it happen.
yeah, yeah. I'm with you.
But if I say, oh, it's not that urgent, and I don't want to spend so much on the fee or whatever, then I just go on the lowest amount and say, okay, but still, it's going to happen. But of course, a little bit slower. But I think the system itself is really cool. This is really
Well, it certainly
because
sounds it. Yeah. I'll be
yeah,
back in a
and
moment.
also yeah, and also it's fair. Because somebody is working for it, and of course he deserves for his work this fee. And also everybody is able to do it. I could do it if I want to, but I don't. I'm cool with the system like it is. So I'm not mining or making this other work in it. But I could if I wanted to, because it's a complete. It's really this is really democracy. This is a real form of democracy. It's not this or fairness, or what you want to call it. And as I said, This is the philosophy of Bitcoin, which I really like. But there are not many more things about it, and I'm not an expert. Just saying, this is just things that I've learned in the past 6 months, and I'm learning every day. I'm learning more about it, and everything I'm learning, I like it more and more. I have to say. Yeah. So yeah, just waiting here. So next week is part 2 of my Final Destination retrospective.
Would help if I
Also,
turn the
with a new
microphone
one.
back on.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to
Yeah,
go
but-
back to wine. Drinking beer is too many interruptions.
Yeah. Yeah, but at least you don't have these headaches after beer. After wine, you always have headaches or not?
No, not really. Well, it depends. If I've had like 3 bottles, then yeah.
Yeah, but as I said, it's the system. I really like it, and just really, if you have time, watch into it again. a
I
second
know.
time. And
Yeah, I should look back into it. I was really intrigued at the beginning of all this crypto stuff. It's like, oh yeah, man, I'm going to look into this Bitcoin. But
yeah, and if you ever really want to start with what's call it with a Bitcoin briefcase on your PC, a wallet,
yeah.
a soft wallet. Of course, I can help you.
Indeed.
tell you
Dude,
exactly-
there may
I
become
can-
a day where I will be, Cub, I need to talk to you.
Yes, you can do it over Discord. I can
Exactly,
tell you exactly how you can do it.
Exactly,
really
yeah.
just
And I need
minutes.
and I need somebody like you to help me through the process if I do decide to, because I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, as I said,
Mind
this
you,
is
I've been thinking about it for about the past fucking 10 years, so,
this is a matter of a few minutes. There is no process. It's for me much harder to explain to you Sony Vega or something like that as this thing. This is much easier, and I can also. There is a site where I buy my Bitcoin. Be- and they only sell that. They don't sell the altcoins or the other fake coins.
Well,
Because they know.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
because no,
Well,
because
so much of this cryptocurrency has collapsed anyway. Bitcoin's like one of the only few that have survived.
yeah, because it's the only real one. The other ones are all fake ones. That's the reason.
Well, no, they were real at the time. It's just that they collapsed because there wasn't enough investment.
Yes, and also they were not decentral like Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the only decentral one. The other ones were
Oh.
central currencies.
Ah, really? Ah, that explains. Yeah, that explains a few things. Yes.
Yes, because the other ones had all companies or company or something behind them, and so they had no limits, and they had no transparency because the blockchain from Bitcoin. For example, if you are a miner from Bitcoin, then you have this thing where you have the whole blockchain on it. The whole network is on your what you call it
I don't know.
so it's
I understand the whole blockchain thing. I understand that.
what I want to say is Bitcoin is never going to be completely erased from the internet, because when a miner, for example, or somebody who mines bitcoins, has also a thing where the whole network is on it. So
Right, yeah.
even if he would be the last one left, and every other one is destroyed, the whole planet, the network would still work with that.
Yeah, yeah. Last man standing. Yeah, yeah.
Because the hash rate and so on is dependent on how many are doing it.
Yeah,
And-
that makes
and,
sense. Yeah, yeah.
and that's why it's so stable this network, because as I said, theoretically just one guy could keep it working, keep it going. If he's but we don't have just one guy, and also not 10 and 100, we have millions. And these big ones, for example, it doesn't matter how big they become or how much Bitcoin they achieve or whatever, because we have all these small ones on the whole world. So there's never going to be this one company that can buy all the bitcoins or whatever, and some things like that, or destroy the network or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
It's impossible because of this system, because you have the whole blockchain, the whole Bitcoin network. You have it on your desk when you're, for example, a miner. But you can also have it when you're not a miner. Just for safety, you can have it.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's the beauty of the system.
Fuck it, I'm sold. Meet me on Discord tomorrow, man. I'm going to invest £1,000 into this shit. I'm sold, mate. You've sold it to me.
Hey, I'm a Bitcoin salesman. No, but really, as I said, it's really more about philosophy for me than about stupid money or whatever. Because really, you know me, I don't care for money. Really, I don't.
It's just the thing that gets you by at the moment, isn't it? That's all.
Yes, and also it's kind of like when I go in retirement.
You'll never retire.
No, but seriously, in 10 years or whatever, 12 years, when I'm 60 whatsoever, and I'm in retirement, this is really kind of like my retirement safety.
Yeah, your
Safe
little
bet.
nest egg, as we say. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's really more about that, and not about speculation or becoming fast rich or whatever. Really I don't care, because I couldn't spend it. Here in Germany, it's impossible, because you get problems when you change it back, when you change Bitcoin back into fiat. That's where your problems start with taxes and things like that.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, because you're entering the world of, I don't know, common currency, say. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, and also that's also the moment where the banks can decide, oh no, we are freezing his account because this looks suspicious. Why does he have certainly this amount of money? Where did it come from?
Yeah, yeah.
Is it taxed and things like that? And if you understand, so
Oh,
it really
I totally
does-
understand. If you've got
Yeah,
more than
so-
£1,000 cash on your person and get stopped by the police in this country, they can seize that money Not unless you can prove that the money is legitimate.
Yeah, and here in Germany we have the rule that after 1 year it's tax free
Nice.
when it comes to Bitcoin, for example.
Nice.
So it's this is nice, but also, as I said, even with that, the banks, in the moment when you work again with banks, when you put the money back to the bank or whatever, yeah, they can make you problems and things like that. It's
Yes.
always the bank is always the factor that makes your life miserable.
Oh, yes. I have had that experience firsthand with my bank, so yes.
Yeah.
I've had the joyful experience of dealing with these fucks. Yeah. Well, this
Yeah,
is it,
so
folks. So before we go, because we'll finish on time for a change, before we go, I think we should all invest in Bitcoin. Fuck the banks.
yes, do that. I'm all for that.
Dude, you fucking sold it on me, man. I'm telling you. Fucking hell. I might look back into this shit. But the thing is, though, I probably won't be around long enough to see it into fruition. But, you know, it's worth a try.
Yeah, as I said, just just invest what you have, what you can give away without that it really hurts you.
Well, you know what I mean. I've got my
And so
savings.
you are,
I've got my savings. I can put a little percentage of that into it.
yeah, but as I said, it's really go on the safe side. It's not about getting rich or something like that.
No,
It's
dude,
nothing like
it's about
nothing about that.
stability. That's what
Just
it's
about
about.
stability.
Stability. I understand completely. Yeah.
Yeah, and now see when 1 million people do that, or 1 billion people do that, everybody. This is going to be Armageddon for the back system.
Well, we already know that's coming to an end anyway. So, all the more
Yeah,
reason
but
now.
they have no way to prevent it. Even when they make laws, for example, do you know that in China it's forbidden for you to have Bitcoin? But the government, no,
I didn't know, but I can imagine. Yeah.
no, but the government is now talking about getting a Bitcoin reserve for the country. But the people are not allowed to have Bitcoin. The government
Welcome to
is
China.
no, no, but just latest now. Should people open their eyes and see, wait a second. They didn't forbid it for the people because they think it's a fraud. They are forbidding it for the people because they know it's not a fraud.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Exactamundo, as the fans would say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Indeed. Well, that's it. You heard it here, folks. You heard it here first.
Yeah, well, you heard it here first. This new thing. It's there since 2009.
Yeah.
This brand new thing. we talk about it first. The secret tip.
There we go. Right, and on that note, we shall say good night, folks. Not that there's anybody
Yeah.
listening anyway.
Yeah.
Right,
Hey, I
so
tell you, it's going to be the most watched stream afterwards.
if I believed in shadow banning, yeah. Right, so we'll wrap this one up, Cub.
Yep.
So
Till the next time.
yes, it's good night for me.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye for now, folks.